Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to EnglishEverest.com, IELTS Writing Task 2. In this lesson, we're going to look at introductions only. So the introduction of discuss both points and give your opinion essay. You are no doubt familiar with that. If you're studying for the exam, you will be familiar with that title. So, as the title suggests, discuss both points and give an opinion essay. How we do the introduction. We have three things that we need to do. First, we need to paraphrase the title. Then we need to give our opinion because it says give your opinion. And we also need to provide a thesis statement. To get a good score, you should provide a thesis statement. And we'll look at that in a little while. As I've noted at the bottom, any essay which has any chance of a high score needs to have these three components as part of the introduction. If an opinion or agreement is asked for, that will be included. If it's not, you should have paraphrased your title and you should provide a thesis statement if no opinion is required. So first, paraphrasing. If you've been studying IELTS for a while, you will know how to paraphrase. So we're not going to look at that. I have briefly mentioned some of the things that we use for paraphrasing titles: synonyms, clause reversing, passive voice, and word formation. These are some of the things that can be used to accurately produce a paraphrased title. So here is our question for today. It is generally believed that some people are born with certain talents, for instance, for sport or music, and others are not. However, it is sometimes claimed that any child can be taught to become a good sports person or musician. So discuss both these views and give your opinion. Again, this was a randomly chosen question from many. There are hundreds of questions like this available out on the internet at different sites and forums. You can choose any one. You don't have to choose the latest questions. I don't believe that you need to have the latest questions to be able to practice task 1 or task 2. It's the task that you're practicing. You're not answering the latest questions. You should be able to write an essay about anything given the question. Okay, so here is the title. And what I've done is I've color coded it. If you looked at any of my other videos, you will know that I color code my paraphrasing. So some of the videos that are produced on this channel, you will see how the titles have been color coded and broken down into chunks. So all I've done here is break it down into chunks, and here is the original title and here is the paraphrase title. So stop the video and see what I've done here. So next we move on to the opinion or agreement, disagreement sentences. Here we're going to write our opinion, agreement, or disagreement statement. If you have to provide one, always do it in the introduction. Here are several ways for you to provide your, not being careful here, your opinion in this essay. As these are mainly academic essays, you should not use first person, I or we, second person, you. So we're going to use the word essay in different forms instead of I. So this essay believes that children do not have to have inherent talent to become successful. This essay agrees with the statement that the young need to have a natural gift for sports or music, for example, to achieve greatness. This essay is of the opinion that inherent talent is needed for success. And my final one, to be born with a natural ability is necessary to succeed. And this essay supports that view. So again, I've given you 4 different ways that you can express your opinion. So we've used this essay instead of I, and this is a common way to state the opinion. So we can incorporate the ideas we generate into our thesis statement. So that's the final thing. But first, we've got to have some ideas about what we're going to use as our points of discussion. So in the green, I've written some points here that could be used. Some people are just naturally talented. We discover our niche very early and continue it. Our niche means the thing that we're good at. It is a trait often inherited from parents. So there's 3 things that we could use to agree with this. And there's another 3 points that we use to agree with the fact that any child can be taught to do anything. So anything can be learned. People without talent just have to work harder. And all we're looking at really is a series of instructions which are repeated constantly. If you repeat, basically it's saying if you repeat anything constantly, you will become good at it. So again, these are just arguments. So for our thesis statement, I've chosen this one with the asterisk in green and this one in blue. So looking at the asterisks, we are going to now write our thesis statement. So there are 2 ways that we can write a thesis statement. We can incorporate it into the opinion, or we can write it independently. So the first one here, 1 and 1A, will be examples of this, and 2 and 2A will be examples of this. So to demonstrate the first one, we'll go back to one of the opinions, which is this one. So this essay believes that children do not have to have inherent talent to become successful. So inherent talent to become successful just finishes, is the end of that part of the sentence. And we'll use inherited ability, this one, inherited ability, and the ability of a child to do anything. Oops, sorry, gone the wrong way. Anything can be learned to support each point. So my thesis statement is actually telling the examiner what my 2 paragraphs are going to focus on. So the second sentence, inherent talent is needed for success, which is this one. So we continue this one with using ability inherited from parents, which is the same argument, and the belief that any child can be successful as the 2 points. So those 2 sentences are incorporating the thesis statement and the opinion into one longer sentence. Now this one and this one, number 2 and 2A, have created new sentences. So we'll use the previous sentences and then we'll just add another sentence. In addition, it will provide 2 viewpoints, one to support each side. So you could say it provides 2 viewpoints and you could use them if you want to, but you don't always have to. I personally think it's a good idea for you to give the examiner a pointer as to what the paragraphs will be about. And the final sentence here, it will also use the viewpoints of inherited talent and hard work without talent to support each side of the discussion. So these are 2 separate sentences. These 2 are incorporated into the opinion. So there's different ways that you can do it. And finally, I've put all of those together. I'm not going to read them. You can read them. So we've got our title, we've got our opinion and our thesis statement. For this one, these are two separate sentences. So here is the thesis statement and there is the opinion sentence. And for this one, it's been incorporated, two parts. Yes, I've got these the opposite way around, but it's not that important. So read the introductions and see how they're put together. Okay, that's the end of the lesson. I suggest that you spend time practicing the sentence components. Try to change the information for your own information. What that means is try this with different questions. Different questions mean different topics. Try and actually practice across a range of topics: art, the environment, healthcare, education, jobs, all of these things that are in the IELTS exam. Try to answer questions across a wide range so it helps you be able to write an introduction to almost anything. If you don't feel comfortable and you do get this question, then feel free to use the information here. Make sure that you practice a lot. This could mean the difference between a high scoring essay and a mid-range scoring one. A good introduction goes a long way towards a good score. Okay, so please like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, share the video with others if you think it would benefit them. And again, thank you for your time. Please visit our site. We have both English and Chinese site. And see you in the next video.